And we're just getting this in right now, and it's very, very sad news, Jim Moret, and to all of our viewers. Both the Los Angeles Times and CBS News are both now reporting that Michael Jackson has died. Now, CNN has not confirmed that, but the LA Times and CBS News are reporting that Michael Jackson, 50 years old, the king of pop, has died.
1 second. All right, here I am in Holmby Hills, California, right near Beverly Hills, kind of part of Beverly Hills. It's really confusing. I'm with Barbara, Danette, and Marquita from Chicago.
Shut up!
And you just stopped me. You're asking me if I live in Beverly Hills, and I said, no. I wish I did, but I do not. But you're out here looking at Michael Jackson's house,
Yes,
right? And
yes.
here it is.
Yes, it is.
I've been here a bunch of times. This is usually stop for me because it's very quiet on the street. Have you found nice and quiet?
Yes.
This is a nice lady, right? She's a nice lady. You know her? You met her?
No.
Oh, you don't know her? Oh, she works right around the corner.
Oh, she saw us when we
Yeah, this is Michael Jackson's house right here. Well, this is the house he was renting.
Oh, he was renting this house.
So I'll tell you quickly, if you have a second. It was June 25th, 2009.
Yes.
12:21 in the afternoon, I believe, 12:21 p.m. That's when the 911 call went out.
Fire paramedic 33, what is the emergency?
Yes, sir. I need an ambulance as soon as possible, sir.
Okay, sir, what's your address?
It's 100 North Carrollwood Drive, Los Angeles, California.
And what's the problem exactly what happened?
Sir, we have a gentleman here that needs help, and he's not breathing yet. He's not breathing, and we're trying to pump him, but he's not
Okay.
breathing, sir.
Okay, how old is he?
He's 50 years old, sir.
50. Okay. He's unconscious, he's not breathing?
Yes, he's not breathing, sir.
And it's from this bedroom right here.
All right.
And his physician, Conrad Murray, had prescribed him 3 different types of sedatives. And it's a propofol overdose that killed him.
So they came out this way, right?
No, it's right around the corner. It's right around the corner.
So this not it? Okay.
No, that's the garage.
Right.
Yeah, this is the underground garage. And this is a huge property. It stretches all the way down to there. And it doesn't look, I mean, it looks pretty big from here, but when you look at an aerial view, it's huge.
Really? Okay.
It's one of the bigger houses in this area for sure. But he was transferred to Ronald Reagan Hospital, and then I think it was 221, he was pronounced dead. Yeah. And then you can see a lot of people come out here. And I've seen a lot of tour buses in the past 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, right here. So I've come out here many times, and I've done maybe 2 or 3 videos, but I just wanted, maybe in the comment section now, I do try to respond as much as possible, but I thought I'd ask you a question. Where were you when Michael Jackson died? I forgot to ask the ladies from Chicago. Oh, there goes the car now. And they're looking at Elvis's house. They were asking me what's around here. And I've gotten to know these streets pretty well. Elvis's house is right down there. There's a house up here where Nelly and Justin Timberlake shot a lot of music videos inside. So many famous houses in this area. But where were you when Michael Jackson died? I was asleep. It was 5:30 in the afternoon in Toronto, Canada. And yeah, I had taken a nap that day. And I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, huge. So my mother called me and my phone was ringing and I didn't answer it. I didn't hear it and it kept ringing. I was like, what's going on? Like, you know, you're out of it. If you take a day nap, well, I guess that's usually when people, well, some people take night naps. That's called going to sleep, I guess. But my mother said, put on CNN, Michael Jackson died. I was like, everything just stopped. I put on the news, it was everywhere. These streets were covered with paparazzi, people looking, people watching, and it was the biggest news. It was still one of the biggest news stories ever when a pop superstar like that dies. Here are the gates where the ambulance went in and where there was a final photo of Michael Jackson taken right here. These are the gates that the ambulance went in. There's the front of the house right there. You can see, let me go in a little bit. Right there on top, there's where the house starts. There's those gates right there. And I can't tell if anybody's living there right now. I know it was for sale for a while, but never any movement here. And right there, where that car's coming from, that's Sunset Boulevard. And this is Carrollwood Drive right here. And more people stopping to take photographs right here. I mean, it's a tourist attraction. It's a sad tourist attraction. Like I said, Michael Jackson was everything to me as a little kid. I had his posters all over my wall. Loved his music. Still do love his music. And Wendy from Vancouver, I think you've been out here, but I'll dedicate this video to you because you're such a huge fan. Wendy MJ fan, that's her handle. And met up with her in Vancouver. She gave me a lot of cool Michael Jackson stuff. And she's a friend for life. Wonderful person and a huge Michael Jackson fan. But right here, the intersection of Carrollwood and Montvale. And these streets are a little steep and I'm a little tired. But yeah, like I said, I want to know where people were when they heard the news. Because it's kind of like, it's, for a certain generation, it's where were you when Kennedy was shot? But this is Michael Jackson is kind of ours for a certain generation. Where were you when Michael Jackson died? When you got the news? Very, very sad. And you can see, I think this is another tour bus coming up here, possibly. They're just non-stop. So if you're coming, it's the gates when you come down Carrollwood Drive. That's where, yeah, it's another Hollywood City tour bus. That's what that one's called. You can do these tours yourself, though. I mean, it's nice to sit in comfort and have someone point it out, but you can find a lot of stuff yourself. So yeah, I was glued to the TV for the next week. I think a lot of us were. Just shocking. I can remember where I was when Prince, when I got the news that I was here in LA when Prince passed away. George Michael, I was in Toronto. Whitney Houston, I was in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, in a hotel room. Yeah, but right there, that's the bedroom where Michael Jackson sadly passed away. It's the master bedroom of the house right there. As I was saying, the property stretches really, really far down. And be careful when you're on these streets because people do whip around a little too fast for my liking. So where were you when when you got the news that Michael Jackson had passed away, the king of pop? It's usually where I stop almost every time. I just take a little break and I'll come here because it's quiet. So I've been here many, many times, but this is probably about the second time or third time I filmed it. And it's always there's a tinge of sadness, of course, and it's just so quiet and peaceful and serene. I'm thinking of how busy those streets were when it happened and how crazy it was, and these poor kids. Yeah. Now, his physician did serve some jail time. He got 4 years. I'm not sure how much of those he served. And he was charged with involuntary manslaughter because Michael Jackson's death was ruled a homicide. Right in that bedroom is where they performed CPR on Michael Jackson, and it was unsuccessful. He was unresponsive, and that continued for 2 hours, and at the hospital as well. And then I believe it was about 2:26 p.m., as I said, when he was pronounced dead officially. And a lot of people have written on my other Michael Jackson videos that they believe Michael Jackson is still alive and that was all fake. And then there's photos that look like Michael Jackson outside of the hospital and things like that. And I mean, people can believe what they want. Sadly, though, Michael Jackson did die. I wish it weren't the case. He was only a couple of weeks away from his This Is It tour beginning in London. And he was exhausted from performing, and self-administered propofol is not a good idea, obviously. And yeah, too much for the body, especially when you're that tired as he was and he wasn't sleeping. And this is the hedge right across the street from Michael Jackson's. And just to let you know, it is, I think I've said it a million times, but there's a constant stream of tour buses going by. Like nonstop, every 5 minutes. I've been here for about 25 minutes and I've seen 6. So this may be even more than every 5 minutes. But yeah, here comes another one. All right, from Los Angeles, California, here comes another tour bus by. Michael Jackson's last home, right there. That's where he passed away. Rest in peace, Michael Jackson. And check out my Michael Jackson playlist. I've got some great stuff and more videos coming about Michael Jackson here in Los Angeles and other places. All right, peace out. And I'll read every comment about where you were, I promise. I'd like to know.